I'm ready. No, I'm ready. No here.
We'd have winds for all of us, west, central, east, all of us over 100 miles per hour. And of course, you take.
Alright, we're going to see if we can pull down the awnings right now. Light up security. Girl, did this.
Jamaica!
Right, team. Yeah, man.
Welcome to Jamaica!
Girl, you got perfect legs.
Oh, thank you!
We got Burn Boss Jamaica tour. I lick you, I'm lick him. And look when he was in my drive, coaster. Yes, my people, that's the sad reality right now of driving here in Montego Bay and by extension Jamaica. Yeah, my Jamaicans can attest to this. That's how it is when you get on the road every single day. Yeah, you have to say a word of prayer before you go out so that, you know, you can be covered under the blood. Yeah, guys, it's very serious right now driving here in Jamaica. Alright, but here's what. If you are listening to the news right now or following what's going on social media, then you would have heard by now that there is a tropical storm called Melissa that's close to us right now here in Jamaica. The last time I checked, today is October 24, 2025, and at about like 4 p.m. or thereabout, it was about 215 miles southeast of Kingston, Jamaica. All right, so it's very close by. But the thing is, it's moving at snail speed, about 2 miles per hour. You know, very shocking for a storm of this magnitude. And trust me, guys, it will get bigger as time progresses based on the different forecasts I would have listened to, like on YouTube and other media outlets. And the fact that it has entered the Caribbean waters right now, which are very warm at this time of the year, not only on the surface but also beneath, is actually fuel for systems like these. You know, it's a tropical storm right now, but it possibly can, you know, get more energy to develop into a very powerful hurricane. I'll give you a more detailed update when I share details from Mr. Weatherman on YouTube. All right, he's the #1 source that I go to find out what's happening in terms of storms or anything that's in our neighborhood. All right, so stay tuned for that part. We're actually going right now to the market to see if we can get some food items and so on for the household. And trust me, guys, I had to turn back right here because crazy traffic, you know, going into the market. I couldn't even find a parking space to how crammed the place was, you know, and vehicles are, you know, trying to go through, blocking up the sections. So I turned around and went back down Lower Bevan Avenue to get a parking spot at River Bay Road, close to Stanley's Patty. Yeah, I'm gonna get to the market area soon and show you what the mood is like at Charles Garden Market. And then I'll go to Consumer Meat Plus, see if I can get some items. Alright, so stay tuned, guys, a lot more to be shown.
And this is park. I want to move in the move. This is my car. Yeah, when if you don't move, look on the driver this one. When if I move in, don't move. You should ask me, no know. Ask you. Look. In the car, this money on first.
Friday, October 24th, 2025. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. Melissa is now getting stronger, probably a little ahead of schedule. It looks like it is likely now that this is going to become a hurricane by the time we get into tomorrow. It is now strengthening. It is on track from what we've talked about. I've got your back in this situation, right? In between videos, I'm nonstop forecasting, going through your comments and talking to folks on the ground, both in Haiti and across Jamaica, as we go back and forth on what to do during the storm and, of course, after the storm with recovery as well. We're working on that aspect. Now, this could be a catastrophic hurricane. I don't use that term lightly. You know me. With that said, we need to finish the preparations now. In Jamaica, we need to get everything done. The rain is going to be getting worse, and we're going to see that as well in Haiti. Across the Dominican Republic, we've had the heavy rain, we know, but this big blob is moving in. Now, Jamaica, finish those preparations as soon as you can. We all have different means. I don't like to waste your time, your resources, or any of that. I understand. I've been on the ground in Haiti, and I've been on the ground in Jamaica, and I understand we all have different challenges, no matter where we are, Caribbean, back through the United States, over toward the Bahamas. But it's nice how we could come together as a community, and we're getting those preparations done now. Now, here's the deal. With this system, I've been in these storms before that are similar to this. This is going to be a long duration event, which means you may get stuck in place in days. I know this language is a little bit scary, but you may get stuck in a place for several days or upwards of over a week, kind of within your community. We're going to see some roads getting cut off, that sort of thing, especially with the landslides, the dangerous flooding we're going to have. So with that, if possible, and we all have different means, we need to have supplies on hand if we can for food, not just for a few days, but for potentially a week or two. Some of us could lose power, and we could lose power for several weeks, if not longer. That is what we're looking at here, both with the rain and the wind. Is some of this still dependent on the track? Yes, but I'm letting you know ahead of time before we get cut off as well. Once the power goes out, once the internet goes out, all of that, I'm letting you kind of a heads up on what's going to happen. We could be stuck in place where we're going to need food wherever you are for several days, if not a week or two. So just kind of thinking ahead, and please, if you can, and I know you are, help get others to safety. Not necessarily, we don't maybe need to do it right at this moment, but maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day as the winds pick up, and more so as the rain picks up. That is a huge concern, is the rain. So with that said, if we could just check on each other. I know we've got when I was just in Jamaica, we've got a lot of churches just kind of scattered about that have slightly better structures than maybe some other homes. I know the churches, I've been talking to the pastors, the priests on the ground are trying to help folks out in the community. If you're stuck in an area where you may get landslides, mudslides near rivers, low-lying areas. Now, here's the outlook as far as the best track. Now, this may be a little bit more over here. I'm starting to see that this may turn a bit sooner. I'll show you that in just a second. This is kind of more of that official track, but the point being here, just when you take a look at this, how of a slow mover this is. Jamaica, some of us will wake up tomorrow and be like, what storm? It's not here yet. Even on Sunday, some of us, depending on where we are, especially a western end, may be like, where is this thing? But then the conditions go downhill, and then we see the heavier weather for days and days until this eventually takes a turn. It will take a turn. That is critical for what happens down the road. If it takes a quicker turn right into Jamaica, that would be better news for the Cayman Islands, worse news for the eastern end of Cuba and the Turks and Caicos and the Bahamas. We'll keep an eye on Bermuda down the road. A later turn could put this a little bit closer to parts of the Cayman Islands, central and eastern Cuba, and the central Bahamas. Still need to sort that out right down the road. It really depends on when it takes that turn. Now, here's the track. I do believe they may shift the track a little bit more so. I don't just look at the models. I don't have to rely on government entities, so that's why I like to give you kind of a heads up of what I'm seeing. But everyone is really trying to do a good job together with this, no doubt, because of the such high concern with this and the potential of a disaster out of this with catastrophic effects for Jamaica in particular and parts of Haiti. All of the watches are going to be switching over to warnings. I gave you that heads up. Winds right now on this are at about 60 miles per hour, probably upwards of about 70 miles per hour, close to hurricane status. Nevada, so 100 kilometers an hour or even a little bit more. So this is my best feel. Now I trust your judgment, you trust my judgment, you know I'm with you. So these maps are going to change. So as you spread the word about this, and please share this link with others, put it in group chats, whatever you got, and just let folks know that this is going to change depending on the track. But as we work our way into tomorrow, and get around the Kingston area, of course, over toward the Bay, things are really going to start to pick up deeper into the day and tomorrow night. Meanwhile, western sections, you get over toward Negril, for example, maybe not a whole lot yet, but we'll start to see that rain working in. It's going to be a slow mover, as I mentioned. Some of us may just kind of be waiting on this for a while. Very long duration. I mentioned that multiple times because we kind of need to prepare not only what we need to prepare for, but just kind of, with supplies and stuff, but mentally, because this is going to be a long haul. Then on Sunday, this will become a powerful hurricane. Winds by Sunday in this should be over 100 miles per hour, maybe upwards of 120 sitting just offshore. If it is just to the south, that would mean along the southern coast, we get the hurricane impact starting to move in. Southern coastline with winds of 80 miles per hour. Tropical storm impacts elsewhere, right? But there is a chance this could be a little bit more to the north. That's why I would update this map. But on Sunday, it gets even worse. Now, with all of this said, I'm showing you the winds, but the rain continues to pump in. Even if this is more down to the south, that rain still wraps around. If this is on top of us, obviously more rain. So any scenario has a lot of rain, which I will cover for us in this video, and I'll show you some of the surge maps as well. Now, on Monday, the system could be right here. Maybe it's a little bit closer, but either way, it should be a powerful hurricane. Now, some of the models keep this away a little bit. They almost kind of draw it back down to the south temporarily before it shoots back across Jamaica. So with this, kind of a give or take, if this is sitting over water here, we'd have winds roughly around 75 miles per hour by Black River. Of course, if this is closer, they could quickly be over 100 miles per hour. You see how the track makes the difference. But with that long duration event, either way, regardless if you have winds at 50 or 75, we're going to be seeing this for days and days, and that just continues to push the trees, continues to get under some of the roof lines, continues to get under some of the siding that we have in some homes kind of up by the roofs, and just continues with that pounding. So that's what we'll be watching with that long duration system. This is Monday. Then eventually this is going to shoot back. Now, I do believe at this point, based on what I'm seeing, there are some models that show it kind of moving over here. I think with what I'm seeing at this point, this would shoot in basically directly across Jamaica. We'll see how this shakes out, but with that would mean on Tuesday, in through Tuesday night, this is how long we're talking out in time, we'd have winds for all of us, west, central, east, all of us over 100 miles per hour. And of course, you take these numbers, these would be sustained winds, so we'd have higher gusts. Could have winds, Spanish Town over toward Kingston, upwards of gusting to 160 miles per hour. That is a possibility. This is still by Tuesday, so I do expect this to change. As I put out more videos for you, maybe this will be a little bit more over here. Maybe it'll be over here. We'll see. If it's over here, that would be better news for the western zones, but I'm not really seeing a scenario where this kind of escapes Jamaica totally. Either way, it's going to swing back close by to give us those hurricane conditions. But you can see northern coast, southern coast, winds on Tuesday would be over 100 miles per hour, and that's after already a couple days of strong winds as a whole and very, very heavy rain. Now, getting to that rain part of this, this is where you kind of, and I don't throw around the word disaster or catastrophic much, haven't done so until the last couple days. I don't think I've mentioned that at all season. This is where things stack up for a disaster. When you have rain amounts like this is just what happens. You get over toward Jacmel, swinging back toward the west, right across the peninsula of Haiti. Some of the totals will be upwards of 20 inches of rain. This is just the next 3 days. 500 millimeters of rain or 50 centimeters of rain. That is incredibly intense amounts. And then we may even see more. This is a 3-day total. We may even get more of that. I'm going to show you a different map in just a second. Now, this is through the weekend, so it really starts to build. Eastern Jamaica first, then building back toward western Jamaica. But you see, just the next 3 days, we will have some totals already in our eastern sections pushing 20 inches of rain or upwards of 400 to 500 millimeters of rain, 40 to 50 centimeters of rain, no matter how you cut it. We're talking about incredible amounts of rain that's going to be coming our way. Now, looking kind of long term.
see where I get. Yeah, 15 pound. Some two now and then. One day. The one
Actually lasts longer.
Alright, so look right now guys, we got the pastry section right now. No bread. No bread, nowhere. Watch it. I clean. No bread guys, no bread, no bread. Right here in Consumer, Montego Bay, no bread, no bread, nowhere. No bread. So I'm going no bread, no bread, no bread, no bread. Oh, then go do with bread. Trust me guys, it was a beautiful sunny day right here on October 24, 2025, a Friday here in Samshire Square, Montego Bay. Look at that people. Yeah, a beautiful sunny day. And people were just going about. A lot of people were downtown, you know, searching for bread. I don't know what it is about bread. If you can let me know in the comment section below, but bread is very scarce right now in Montego Bay. Alright, so I'm at Howard Cook right now, close to the fire station. I'm gonna go across so I can show you what the coastline looks like right here at right next to Pier 1. You can see it there in the distance. I'm gonna get closer shortly so I can show you what it's like. Alright, so it's very calm right now, peaceful right here. You know, just some light ripples here and there at the coastline. Yeah, but let me know what you think. Is this the calm before the storm? Yeah, proverb that we Jamaicans love to use. Yeah, but let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think that we'll get this tropical storm Melissa or a very powerful hurricane Melissa? Let me know what you think in the comment section below.
And let me see. If me come up closer, I'm not going to get you light. See what light you know.
You can't see me now.
Eh, we can't go closer.
People. So we're there. Alright, we're going to see if we can pull down the awnings right now. Light up, secure it. You know, from these winds. Yes, my people. So I'm just making some preparations right now at my home, you know, securing the awnings right here, you know, in preparations for this impending storm that's threatening to impact Jamaica. Let me know if you have started any preparations as yet, as we don't want to take any chances with this system. Yeah, guys. So I'm gonna use like 2 different types of items to secure the awnings to the bracket on the wall. So I'll tie it down with you know, the clothes hanger that you would normally use, the metal one. So I just use some clothes hangers, unwind them, and you know, try to secure the awnings to the bracket on the wall. And also I use like a cord with a metallic thingy in the middle. It's similar to like what you use in a weed whacker, but it's more durable, stronger. So I use both of those items to tie down the awnings right now. Yeah, let me know what type of preparations you're making at your home. Yeah, let's have a discussion in the comment section below.
Let's show it through the awnings. And make sure it's tie. You tie already?
Now, my people, I'm going to provide you with a little history right now of the major hurricanes that hit Jamaica as early as the 1980s. Now, the biggest of them all was back on September 12, 1988, and that was the monster Hurricane Gilbert. It was the strongest tropical cyclone on record to make landfall in Jamaica, impacting as a high-end Category 3 hurricane. Now, if you were alive back then, please share your thoughts in the comment section below. As you know, I'm a 90s baby, so, you know, I only heard stories about Hurricane Gilbert. Let me know your experience of that hurricane back then, yeah? Share your experience below, guys. Alright, the next on the list would be back on September 8, 2004, that was Hurricane Ivan. Hurricane Ivan passed incredibly close to the shores of Portland Point, Jamaica, causing significant flooding and damage towards the island, being described as one of the most intense hurricanes in Jamaica's history. The next one on the list would be Hurricane Dean, which was back on August 19, 2007. And that was a Category 4 hurricane, and it caused heavy rainfall, which led to flooding and landslides. The next one would be on October 24, 2012, and that was Hurricane Sandy. It made landfall near Kingston with winds of 85 miles per hour, which would make it the first hurricane to make landfall on the island since Hurricane Gilbert. The last one on the list would be back on July 3rd, 2024, just last year, Hurricane Beryl. You know, and that one passed south of Jamaica as a Category 4 hurricane, hammering the island with heavy winds and rain. So I know that some of you would have passed through all of these hurricanes. Now let me know in the comment section below which of these hurricanes stood out the most to you. You know, share your thoughts below. Let's have a discussion. And if you can tell me like a story you can recall clearly of what happened back then, you know, with any one of these hurricanes. Share your thoughts below, guys.
So you now go cut off the piece.
Where the car come from? You feel say walk a car, you know. It's too far from me.
Is it too far? You can, for sure. You don't tie that there again. Hot.
We're secure right now. Yeah guys, so we catch some water right there, so two jump on the water. Oh, we have another one inside. Yeah man. Yeah, see next one there people. Secure down. Yeah man, so later we take down the other one. Alright guys, I'm just tie down the last awnings right now. Look at it. Yeah man, well secure. Yeah, maybe me tie it down even more. Let me show you something with the trees right now guys. The two mango trees right now. This one right here, girl did this. Have the tree slanted. If you can see the slant right now. Alright, tell me what you think in the comments below, what I can do to secure this tree. I did a plan to put one steel and just tie the tree on it, just like what you see on it now. Gonna put another steel on it. Yeah man, to secure it. And look at the coconut tree right now. What do you think I can do right now guys? Let me know in the comment section below. And this is the other tree right now. Yeah, I'm thinking